Hi, I'm Jeremy Crosby.
And I'm Nick Boucher. We're the hosts for the program that's all about your city, Talking Fitchburg.
Every day, we pull together the news, events, and information you need to stay on top of what's happening in the city of Fitchburg.
Find Talking Fitchburg on cable TV, Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, and our live stream on the web. Plus, you can view all our headlines and stories on Facebook, YouTube, and our video on demand service. This is your city.
Keep up with Talking Fitchburg and the issues that affect you and your neighbors.
Want to know what's happening in your city? Get Notify Me messages from the City of Fitchburg. Visit fitchburgwi.gov on your computer or mobile device and select the big Notify Me button on the left. Enter your email and/or phone number, whichever is best for you to get notifications. Scroll down the list and select all the topics you're interested in to receive email or text messages about. You'll be notified every time one of your topics is updated. Sign up for Notify Me, one more way to keep up with your Fitchburg government.
All right, this is the Fitch-Rona EMS District Commission meeting for September 12th. We'll call to order at 7:31 p.m. Roll call. We don't have our clerk.
I can take care of that. Yeah. No, Michelle wasn't able to attend tonight, so I can take care of that. And
okay.
I'll apologize. Remoting in, I came back from California and brought some COVID with me. So I'm going to stay at home and not share that with all the rest of you. Derek Johnson, I know, is excused. Brent McHenry is absent. Patrick Lytle.
Here.
And David Lonsdorf.
Here.
And Deb Paul.
Here.
And Sue Luganbuehl.
Here.
Jim Wheeler.
Here.
John Roberts, I know, said would be absent, and I don't see Connie Hilla. And then the Deputy Chief Dostalik is there. Anybody else I missed?
All right. Do we have a quorum then? I guess 5 people. 1, 2, 3, 4.
5 is a quorum, so
okay.
We're good to go.
We're good. All right. Public comment. I don't see anybody from the public. Nobody online, so no public comment. Review and approval of the meeting minutes from July 11th. Let's see, I gotta get my computer going here.
I could make a motion to approve the meeting minutes from July 11th.
Second.
All right, you have a motion and a second. Any discussion? I just noticed that I ran that meeting also, and it has Derek as the chair. I don't know if that matters, but maybe that should be corrected.
I can change that before we get a signature on it.
Does that mean I have to sign it?
As long as somebody signs it.
All right.
If you want to change the motion to approve as corrected.
Well, I suppose I'll be glad to come by and sign it. Just if he wasn't here, he probably shouldn't approve it or something. So, all right.
I will change the name.
All right. All in favor of approving the minutes as amended, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, minutes are approved. Chief's report. Take it away.
Sure, let me pull it up there so I think you can see it. There we go. Oops, now I can't see it. So there's our run numbers. You can see we were up again last month, 464. That hits the last 3 months we've been above that 450 mark. So I don't know that it's just summer or what's going on, but some pretty significant increases in the last 3 months. So heading for that overall 6% for the year, over about 5,000 calls. Other thing to note there that I usually point out with you is 29 times all the trucks were out. And then I believe it was 8 more times this last month. The city of Madison actually had to come in actually got, I think, Med 2 from the far side of Madison in our district at one point. Again, 33 times this year, a neighbor had to come in and help us out as far as the district as we look at that future growth. Other numbers there are pretty standard. That 67% still up at the city of Fitchburg. Our fractal response times are still doing pretty good. Lots of community events going on. We get pretty heavy with those in the summer, but lots of CPR courses, as well as the city of Fitchburg did a government jobs camp. I think FACTv actually did a story on that. If you're interested in that, they did 5 days of each day was kind of a different or a combination of departments that it's kind of like students came in from about 9-ish to 2-ish and learned all about jobs in government. And one of those days was police, fire, and EMS. So we were part of that. And then 'tis sports season. So we had our first varsity football game and then the cross country invite last Saturday that we always send a pretty significant crew on. The weather held out pretty good for us. So lots of events that we're doing out there. Sarah's been picking up a lot of those CPR classes for us as well. So a huge thank you up to her. Other data that you normally see there. The aging report that you're going to see here is just a little bit different than the one I sent out. I did not get the Three Rivers information in that original report I sent out to you yesterday, so it's tweaked just a little bit. But that is our update. You see our usual banking stuff there. We're sitting fine where we're at in the middle of the year. You'll see the new number is just down below the 20. Excuse me. We did get a EPIC grant, the 2024 EPIC grant. Those funds were given to us. So EPIC gave us $45,000 grant. I think I shared that with you. We're going to purchase what's called, it's 2 parts. It's a 1 weight and a 1 dose. They're actually integrated cot scales. So many of the medications we give are weight-based. And we do our best to make sure that we have a best guess on patients' weight. It's actually a fairly new product. I think they've been out there for about 4 years. But part of that, we put in that grant for EPIC. So they'll, by the end of the year, we met with them today to kind of coordinate the rollout, but they'll install them on our cots. And then, they'll actually weigh our patients down to 15 pounds. So especially when we look at our pediatric patients, very, very weight-based medications. So actually it'll improve accuracy for our medics. It'll kind of take that guessing out. Something we've actually it's now required by the state as a field to report a patient's weight, but something we've been working on with years. Dr. Michael Kim from UW Pediatrics, very much involved in making sure that we're doing correct dosing for peds. So we got those funds. They are ordered probably 6 to 8 weeks before we get them in, and we'll start bring on that. And that's where you'll see that donations. Our milestones, we have Brandon Ryan, one of our full-timers who hit 13 years. Other updates you'll see there, the usual waiting on ambulances. I do have VIN numbers, which is a fairly solid a key that we're going to get them by December, but that remains to be seen. Bunch of big piles of stuff in my office, starting to get all of the stuff that needs to go in them. So when they get here, we can ship them off to the radio shop and general communications and all the other places that kind of need to put stuff in them. The deputy chief position was posted last week. So the timeline for that is it'll be open for this month. We'll do some panel interviews. So I'll be reaching out again to the commission there to try to get at least one commission member on that panel interview. A teaching demo, chief's interview, medical director interview over the course of October, November, and then try to do a job offering sometime at the end of November for a January 1 start date. Jeff has been spearheading another part-time medic process. So just to kind of always keep that pool full of the medics who can help us out with that vacation time. And then through UW, there's an EMS fellowship. When physicians complete their ER emergency medicine residency, UW has a program, it's been about 5 years now, an additional 1-year option to become an EMS fellow. Where they can actually work with EMS agencies. I think we're very fortunate. Largely, they get to work with us. So Dr. Nick, I spelled his name wrong, sorry. Dr. Nick Kempy will be working with us. He's been working with us about a month or two now. Lots of shout outs. Our favorite part of the whole thing is that the great things that people do. Molly Schultz was one of our new LTEs. They coordinated a story time at the Fitchburg Fire Station. They were anticipating 50 kids and 130 showed up. So unexpected. Molly ran with it and managed 130 kids, given a tour of the ambulance. Got a feedback from the UW Peds team for Ryan Robertson and Andrew Jensen on great care for a pediatric patient. Thank you card from a family to Dale Dow, Jeremy Owen, and Ava Montemeyer about their care. And then Nicole, as well as CPR classes we've been doing, a shout out to her she did them from Capital Gymnastics in Verona. She did 2 first aid CPR classes for them, and they responded back saying she did a phenomenal job. So always like to recognize those people for the good work they do going above and beyond. And I will share.
All right, thank you, Chief. Any questions for the Chief on the report or comments? That's great with all the shout outs. That's wonderful. And the ambulance that we were supposed to get last year is now going to barely make it in this year, it looks like.
The 2023 will come in December of year, and the 2025 will come a month early.
Oh, we're going to get 2 at the same time, you mean, or?
Yes, because the one that we should have bought last year will not come until this year, and then 2025 would be the next purchase. So we ordered 2 at the same time because the one that we would have got in 2025 will now come this year. So we'll actually replace 2 of them.
Wow, okay, great. All right, thank you. I don't know, we don't need to approve that. Do you want to move on to the IGA discussion?
We need to do next.
We need what?
Approving the checks.
I'm sorry, I can't understand you.
Sorry. Approval of the check.
Oh, that was it.
Well, I thought
The checks you're talking about, right?
Yeah, okay, but that's, we're on 5B, update on current IGA discussions.
Yep. Okay. Yep. I'm sorry.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, sorry about that. There's not actually a ton of update. I did check in with the Chad Brecklin from the city of Fitchburg this morning, as the town of Verona has provided a letter that says they are interested in keeping the district as whole. So that is their expressed intent with the other 2 municipalities. Both city councils have talked about it with various different options being talked about. I know there is a draft proposal for a new intergovernmental agreement out there. And what I got from City Administrator Chad Brecklin was that I believe it's the mayors, the city administrators, and I'm not sure if finance directors are involved with that or not, on September 26th. They are meeting to talk about that intergovernmental agreement and kind of what some proposed changes are. And I believe from there it will go back to the municipalities. So there's actually not even really an update to share with you other than that's the movement on it. Is there any questions from anybody that I can try to help share?
I watched that whole video of the Fitchburg discussion, and it just sounds like it's way too late for the 2025 budget for this, and so they're going to more or less take their time over the next 6 months to work out a new agreement if they can, and it wouldn't really come into play until the end of next year or something like that. So the next budget.
That is my impression as well, as we are pretty late in the game to start changing municipal budgets contributions, so that they'll work on an intergovernmental agreement that will probably take into effect in 2026. That I suspect will change the governance and the financing, and then that buys essentially some more time for them to continue on the discussions. Okay,
sounds good. Now we'll move on to, unless there's any other comments or questions, I don't see any. So Subcommittee reports, I don't believe either subcommittee met last month, so now we'll have to move on to the checks, the approval of the checks, basically. Where are they? Any comments? There are like 7 pages of checks here, I think, so any questions on that?
We didn't meet last month, so there'll be 2 pages of text in there.
Yeah.
Or 2 months, I'm sorry.
Supplies and uniforms and tires and stuff like that.
Oh my.
We kind of we had to replace a couple of drive tires, and then shortly after we replaced them, one of them got slashed on the side driving over something and had to replace another one.
Ouch.
Some significant repairs.
Patrick.
Chief, I know last time we were meeting, you mentioned that you had an ambulance with a air conditioning unit that went out. Have we seen bills for that, or was that by some chance wrapped into a service contract?
No, that should have been, there should have been a bill for that. That should be part of the interstate, we get stuff that affects the truck affixed at Kaiser, and then they use third-party billing called interstate billing, I think is the name of it. So that's what you'll see that repair in.
Great, thank you.
So yeah, all of our air conditioning is good. We still have 2, flags that were adjusted by the state that we're working with Jefferson Fire in Middleton. Sounds like they got parts, they got the wrong parts. It's nothing that takes a truck out of service, but there are things that are big fixes we're still waiting on.
All right. Anybody want to give a motion to approve the checks?
I'll move approval of accounts payable. Move approval of accounts payable checks authorized by Chief Anderson.
All right. Second. Patrick.
Second.
All right. Thank you, Patrick. Any other discussion? All right. All in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? All right. The checks are paid. Next is the GASB, which we do every meeting. So.
The only thing that changed there from last month was the sick time leave liability, which is that Wisconsin Investment Service Co-op, or the WISC account that you'll see there, the one that just continues to accrue interest. So that's the only number that changes. It says you acknowledge that all of those funds there can only be spent on those things every month.
All right. Anyone want to make a motion to approve the GASB 54? Deb?
I can make a motion to
All right.
approve GASB
All right.
54.
Sue, motion. Deb, you want a second? I'll second. All right. Deb Paul seconds. Take it away, Town of Verona. Any other comments? All right. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. That's unanimous. Moving right along. Closed session. Do you want to move into closed session, Chief?
Yes, please.
Yes. All right.
I need somebody to read that verbatim.
All right. Anybody good at reading?
I'll read it.
All right.
Make a motion to move to closed session pursuant to Wisconsin Statute 19.85, Parent 1, Parent C, considering employment, promotion, compensation, or performance evaluation data of any public employee over which the governmental body has jurisdiction or exercises responsibility, separation agreement.
All right. Second.
I'll second.
All right. Second by Deb Paul. Any other discussion? All right. All in favor of moving into closed session, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay, we're in closed session. So I think all right, we're back on TV again. Would anyone like to make a motion to return to open session?
I move.
Second.
Go ahead.
I move to reconvene to open session.
All right, second, Sue? Okay, second by Luganbuehl. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
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 All right, no, any opposed? Okay, we're back in open session. And so now we'll entertain a motion to approve the separation agreement. All right, Patrick?
Yeah, I'll make a motion. We approve the separation agreement as presented.
All right, thank you.
Second.
Second by Jim. All right, any further discussion? Seeing none, all right. All in favor of approving the separation agreement as discussed in closed session, say aye.
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 Any opposed? All right, the motion has passed. We're down to 12 other business as allowed by law. Is there any other business that people have?
I will share that reminder that next month is the annual meeting. That's still in the intergovernmental agreement. I did ask, I think it was Jamie from City Administrator from Verona, as they revisit that intergovernmental agreement to potentially edit out that annual meeting that occurs every year that attendance is lax or minimal participation on, but it is still in there, meaning we still, which we still have to have it. So next month, that's October 10th, that'll be the second Thursday at 7 p.m. in the City Council chambers. We will have that annual meeting. As far as a budget-wise, what we've had to do the last 2 years is we will host a special commission meeting. I think we do it at 6:30 before the annual meeting. Because the original budget that was approved by the commission did not have the reserve funding in it that at least the city of Fitchburg, I know, intends to use the tax levy limit exemption to its fullest extent. CPI just came out today. So I got a message from Misty Dodge, who's the finance director. So there's a number to maximize that tax levy limit exemption for the cities. We will need to hold a special commission meeting to amend the budget to add that line item in there. So we've had to do that for the last 2 years. So I'm just giving you that heads up that we'll need to have a commission meeting at like 6:30. And then if you can share with your municipalities that at 7 is the annual meeting. Jay Allen brought it up at the last commission meeting. Said we do still have them. Nobody shows up. So if you want to share with them, that is their opportunity. I'll kind of tailor it to who comes, but that's kind of a state of the state. What's going on with Fitch-Rona. I know it's been asked of Mayor Luke that I also meet specifically with the Verona City Council to kind of present some of that as well. So that'll happen in October also. I just wanted to share that information as you're kind of doing a save the date for October 10th, and then please share that with your councils and board.
All right, we'll try to get as many people there as we can. October 10th, is that what you said?
Yep, it's the second Thursday. It's published wrong on this Fitchburg because we changed what Misty had as far as the budget schedule. She was still using the third Thursday, which we had since changed. So I will let her know to change that. But Jim, if you could share that at the next council meeting, that the date is changed.
Okay.
And we're also pinning our new intern, correct?
I think we'll do that at the special commission meeting so that she doesn't have to sit there for the big annual meeting. So, yep, our new Karina Tao, who is our year intern, will get her pinned.
All right. I'll take a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second? I'll second it. All right, all in favor of adjournment, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Aye.
All right, thank you. Any opposed? Nay, nobody? All right, we're adjourned. And Chief, hope you get better quickly. And don't go on vacation again. Jesus.